Thank you for joining me here for 20 Colts Lane. I am your host, Nathan Lowry. Today we are going to be giving my report card for the NFC East. I am giving report cards for all the divisions. This is for the NFC East here. Let's talk some report cards. The Cowboys, they are 3-0. They have a total yardage of 1,444 yards. Their points a game are 32.3. That is fourth in the league. Their yards per game is 481.3. That's third in the league. Their passing per game is 302.3. That's fourth in the league. And their rushing yardage is 179 per game. That's third in the league. Passing touchdowns. They have 9 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns for a total of 13. 2 interceptions thrown and 2 sacks allowed. Defensively, 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions. They've given up 1,008 total opponent yards, and they've given up 5 total opponent touchdowns. Not a lot of scoring going on them. This team is better than a lot of people say that they are. They look at the opponents that they face and say that they're weak. Whatever. Their stats do not lie. Fourth, third. That's what their statistics are showing. I mean, look, this team is good. I didn't get a chance to do my NFC East predictions during the offseason, but the Cowboys are who I had in first place in that division over the Eagles. I did catch some flack for that, but they look like they're playing very well, even defensively. I mean, it's a solid team, man. So I am actually going to give them a B+. Not quite an A yet, but I think probably as the season goes, they'll probably inch their way up in there. We'll see. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll drop. But right now, I am giving the Cowboys a B+, and I do think they are going to win this division. Eagles, they are 1-2. They have 1,095 total yards, 25.3 a game for points, and that's 9th overall. 3650 for yards. 365 for yards, and that's 13th overall. Passing 265.3 a game, that is 12th overall. And then 999.7 rushing yards a game, that is 17th overall. They have passing touchdowns 6, rushing touchdowns 3, with a total of 9. 2 interceptions thrown and 7 sacks. They haven't been able to get to them. Defense, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions. The interceptions are good. 1,052 total opponent yards given up and 9 opponent touchdowns. The Eagles are, I figured that they would be coming in second in this division. They were going to take a step back, and it looks like that is the case. I know there is some injuries, but they're definitely not playing at a very high level. A lot of people thought that they were going to be a lot better than they are. I'm really kind of not surprised. I know that they did play very well last year, but so far this year, not great. I'm going to give them a C. I think they're about as average as you get. That could change as the season goes on. They get a little better, but right now we're looking at a C for them. Redskins, 0-3, 1,009 total yards. Some alarms going out there. 21 points a game. That's 20th. 336.3 yards per game. 21 points per game. Yes, that's 20th. 336.3 yards a game. That is 22nd. 288.3 passing yards, that's 9th, and actually it's their best stat, which is fairly high up there. Rushing, 48th overall, or 48 a game, which is 30th overall. Passing touchdowns, 7. Rushing touchdowns, 1, for a total of 8. 3 interceptions thrown and 6 sacks. Passing wise, they're okay. They're decent. Like I said, 9th overall in yardage, 7 passing touchdowns, so they're not awful passing the ball. Defensively, 5 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions. They've given up 1,208 total yards and 12 opponent touchdowns. It's the biggest issue that they have. They can't stop anybody. This team is, like I said, 0-3. I'm going to give them a straight D because they do have some passing game. It seems to be about their best thing. 5 sacks is okay, but looking pretty rough for the Redskins. It'll be interesting to see if they do go to Haskins because, I mean, a lot of people were talking about Cousins in this game against the Bears. I think that must have been where he threw his 3 interceptions because I thought he threw 3 interceptions in that game. Maybe he didn't have one before that. But they didn't look good at all. But yeah, when you go back and you look at their stats, not good. D. Giants, 1-2. They are 1,224 total yards, 21 points a game, that is 19th overall, 408 yards a game, that's 7th overall, passing 290.7, that's 8th overall, 117.3 rushing, that's 9th overall. Those statistics aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. Passing touchdowns, 4. Rushing touchdowns, 4 for 8 total touchdowns. Offensively, they look better than I thought that they were going to. They've thrown 2 interceptions and they've had 5 sacks allowed. Defensively, 7 sacks. That's good. 0 forced fumbles, 1 interception. They've given up 1,381 total opponent yards. Yeah, that's definitely not good. 12 opponent touchdowns. Definitely not good. I actually see the Giants here as being much better, I think, with Daniel Jones coming in. Eli Manning is old, and I mean, I personally don't think he's been good for a long time. So making this decision to trade out for Daniel Jones, I think, was a very good decision. He gave them some energy and obviously got the win against Tampa Bay. I can't go too high on them, even though looking statistically, I actually don't think they're better statistically than I would have thought that they were. So I am going to give them a C-. I do believe that they are going to get a little bit better as the season goes with Daniel Jones. Defensively, they need to get a lot better. 1,381 total opponent yards and 12 opponent touchdowns is really sad. So there you go. Giants with the C-. Thank you for giving me a watch here. If you like my content, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'm going to be doing all the teams, the report cards, so look for those coming out. Again, thank you for giving me a watch, and I look forward to seeing you again.